Well, I think this is going to be the last info about the oil burning in the Africa Twin. So last time I mentioned this in previous video, which you can watch obviously there, what I have posted before, that the last words were that I was in Břeclav and there was no oil consumption at that moment. At least there was stop line, and after I went to Slovakia, little rides around the area, and after I went down to the Budapest, where obviously I visited Honda again. By the way, in Břeclav they told me they had just one this kind of issue with the motor, with oil burning the same engine, and there was a wrong sealing or something. Okay, so that's what they said in Břeclav, but otherwise they say it's not normal, that it's eating too much. By the way, well, after this was just the remark, then I end up in the Budapest, where they actually put me the around 350 milliliters of oil. He didn't top up to the top completely. There was missing some another 100. He wanted to leave it like that, so I told him no problem. And yeah, and he says as well that is normal, blah blah blah. I don't believe it. He had as well some consumption. He says when I'm driving the highways, it takes me like 400 milliliters, blah blah blah, etc. Bullshit. So that was in Hungary. After I stopped for another check in Belgrade, Serbia, and they just checked the oil. They say it's still enough over there. There was still like more than half, you know, or something like that on that dipstick. And so he says he didn't top up anything, but as well he said that it's not normal and I should return the bike to the dealer to find out what's wrong with that bike. Okay, so after I continue via little villages and mountains to the Montenegro, to Podgorica, and yeah, in Podgorica I obviously visited the dealer as well because there was no oil, and he added 1 liter of oil, guys, 1 liter of oil. So I decided to stop my travel and return back, and so I went down, no sorry, up to Bosnia Herzegovina, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, Germany and Luxembourg, where I have registered that bike. And what's interesting, in that 2000 kilometers, the motorcycle was a little bit over the spec, like a little bit over the line, like 2 millimeters. And when I came back, like I was riding highways, and on the highways, imagine I had the average speed some 120 kilometers per hour, so imagine the total speed what I was doing over there. And when I came to Luxembourg, there was still full line. So in 2000 kilometers of speedways, highways, autostradas, call it as you want, and like 30% of villages and stuff like that, because in Bosnia and Herzegovina there is not much highways. It ate only, no, it didn't eat actually, so that's what I was like a little bit shocked. So in Luxembourg I visited my dealer, and he registered the problem, yeah, and he assured me that if there is going to remain a problem, they will sort out for me. He sent the inquiry to Honda Japan straight away with the consumption, but as didn't eat the last 2000 kilometers anything, was really weird. So now I'm kind of under observation. He told me, yeah man, now if didn't eat, we can't do now much. So so you will be under the observation. Okay, so I say, okay, that's fine. And yeah, what can I do? And now I'm riding like another 200 kilometers around France, close to Luxembourg and Germany, that area. It appears that little bit aids again, like 1 or 2 millimeters from the top. Can't say exactly, you know, the engine, you know, you dip 5 times, so different things, and I have the bike straight, really straight, on a straight surface, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, otherwise, to be honest, you can't actually see any performance going down. No, you can't see that actually. That's really weird. So yeah, it's really weird. Some people answered me in that previous video I did, and they said, yeah, they said they had some problems. Some of them scratched cylinders inside. I showed that in Honda dealer. He didn't say actually anything, but he assured me they will sort out my problem if it's continue. But now still I'm under the observation, so yeah. And by the way, I was checking the bleeders. You know, obviously the bike, sometimes when you overstop, I think in Podgorica they overload it a little bit. So one bleeder on the left side, it's actually quite full of oil, no? So here you have the where you can empty it. You're going up, and you have the oil, yeah. But now when you go to another side, there is on the right side, there is no oil or whatsoever. As you can see, there is nothing. So that's the weird of the motorcycle. And after the final words were, the guy who sold me the bike, he says, don't worry mate, keep calm, you are under the warranty and you will have no problem. Obviously we are in Luxembourg, it's a really serious country about the customer service and stuff like this, and plus it's Honda. And overall, what I would say, it's a little bit sucks, to be honest, when you have this kind of problem, because you don't want to have a bike having problem like this and I'm constantly putting the oil or thinking maybe it's scratched inside the cylinders. And by the way, I forgot to say one thing. Monday I visited Yamaha, a guy which was working for Honda many years, and he's like real mechanic, and he was really surprised about what I told him about the scratch engine, because Honda has a really good like quality controls and stuff like this, so he's really surprised. And yeah, he says it's not normal. If it's true, he didn't believe it actually, but whatever, showing the pictures from the other people, so he didn't believe it. And he said as well, like with Honda they are very straightforward to the customer, very reliable, they will not put me a finger into my ass, as he said like that way, because he was talking in Spanish, we are talking in Spanish, because he lived before in Spain, but he's from Belgium. So yeah, that's what he said, and that's it, man. Now I'm on the observation, so I'm doing the TED in France. I'm here somewhere, you know, I came from here, it's like poorly paved road, stuff like this, so giving her a usage. The bike overall outstanding. It's a jet fighter on the highway, very torquey engine, very low consumption. I did 5,250 kilometers, and the consumption was, the computer was saying something, the most probably is less, because it's always showing more, but I was taking in mind what the computer says in here in the dashboard, and when I counted, it was eating approximately 4.7 liters in a whole voyage. Like average consumption was 4.7 liters per 100 kilometers. And I was doing highways, hardcore, off-road, light off-road like this, yes. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, it's like little roads. They are in very bad conditions. You would not pass with Harley or something posh over there for sure. You would scratch something from the pillow or open the crankcase or whatever. So yeah, like 4.7, and the computer dashboard once as well showed yesterday the 3.6 liter consumption. So imagine it's a little bit more, it's some 3.8. It's already amazing, you know. By the way, one stage, I think like 800 kilometers I was counting in particular, the consumption was 3.99, so a little bit under the 4 liters. Amazing. Other problems? No, nothing. Bike is very well built. Good, actually even good, the brakes are really good. And I was thinking I break something in the quick shifter because sometimes it's very crunchy and didn't gear up properly, and that's a really weird sound. And after like second I start to do rattling noises somewhere, and as it was heavy raining I didn't get in mind the chain actually. So I was rattling in the acceleration and acceleration in changing the gear. I say, what the hell, I seriously break something inside, and it was actually the chain. Now I leave the chain properly, I don't hear anything anymore, like the ordinary noises, yes, but that's it. So have your chain properly maintained. Now is it greasy? So I was stupid, I forgot, you know, I used all my oil after I didn't buy and I forgot. So that was was dry chain, but now is it fine. So guys, that's it for today. Nice weather, cloudy a little bit, but nice. It's on 20 degrees.